Then you have teams like the Mariners next year. If they have the exact same rotation, they need better batting. They need better fielding to save those guys again. What?
Or paying guys to hit a frickin' $190. Paying some dude $40 million to do F all. Like, oh my god!
They had a worse batting average than Chicago White Sox this year, and they had a better winning record. This is the last episode of Baseball Stat Nerds for the season. Might periodically have one or two that covers the hot stove and whatnot as trades begin, the closer we get to the actual season.
Next year, yeah.
But currently we're going to be focusing on football as we transition through the winter and the fall, or the fall and the winter, so we can cover that sport. This guy is super excited about the football. It's going well for him, not so well for me.
Right, baby.
So,
yeah. If you want to know how we're doing, go check out that podcast. Go check that one out.
Yeah, I'll drop a link in the bottom of this one for you guys to go check it out. It's also 2 pages back over the Football Stat Nerds, so take a watch on that to see how we're doing over on football season right now.
Oh, you're doing. Everybody knows how I'm going to do.
Everyone knows how you're going to do.
That's my sport, goddammit. I figured out how to play it.
At the start of the season, the earliest projections had you winning 6.
No, it had me winning 5.
17.
Had me winning 5.
I actually had you winning 6 in the first projection.
You had me winning 6. The ESPN thing had me winning 5.
Yeah.
And I won 5.
So, pretty dang close. 6 and 17. I mean, you only came.
Wait, I won 6.
5 and you won, huh?
I won 6.
You won 5.
Oh.
You won 5. Almost. You won 5. Came pretty close to the original projection of the 6 and 17. Not bad. The kid was supposed to be 8 and 15. Kid actually came out 15 and 8. And then
because he cheated.
Well, I mean, he did have a spare manager
he cheated.
Watching his roster. Yeah. And then Ethan was supposed to be 15 and 8. Ethan ended up 15 and 8. So he actually got spot on with my original projection, which is crazy. He was right. I was projected to go 18 and 5. Did not go 18 and 5. Went 21 and 2. And yeah, whatever. I did not cheat. All right, sucker. Meritz was supposed to be 20 and 3 because Meritz's team was one of the best teams on draft day. But Meritz's team did not do that hot.
I was too busy eating.
8, just like the kid did.
Well, I didn't draft very well.
Yeah.
Too busy eating.
Sorry. Meritz did not go 15 and 8. Meritz went 8 and 15. So did the kid. So they actually were. Kid was spot on with my original projection. Meritz was flipped 8 and 15. She actually lost 12 more games than she was projected to win, which is crazy. Just the way the schedule lined out, I think. And then Shane was projected to be the number 1 person every week. He didn't do anything. Shane didn't touch his roster. Yeah, he didn't touch his roster more than once.
And that's what bugged the hell out of me is because he had all these fucking players, all these guys that everybody else could have used, and you send him trades and nothing.
Nothing. He wouldn't accept
it.
Nothing.
He wouldn't. You just let it run, and it's just like, how do you? He had the best team. Literally on paper, he had the best team, but
he had no drops. He had no acquisitions. He activated 2 people. He activated 2 people, and he moved 4 to the bench. That was it, or to the injured list. He didn't do anything else. That's all he did. So it's crazy that that's how that went, because when you looked at how he was projected, he was supposed to have the nominal team each week. Is supposed to be earning 600 to 700 points. He had that on the bench. Yeah. He didn't have it
He just didn't
every
put
day.
it where it was supposed to be. Yeah, exactly. It's like he was
So,
supposed to
I
have
mean,
it the way he was supposed to, but he didn't have it he didn't change anything, didn't touch anything. It's just like, okay, how are you gonna hoard all these players? And then it's like, oh, good luck.
right? I mean, the person that's supposed to have the worst record was supposed to be Rose. And I think if Rose had actually been playing Shane and we were all playing Shane, maybe the entire season would have been shifted. Because with how Shane was scheduled against us, the points he had on the bench versus the points he was fielding, that was the difference there, was him winning those games with what was on the bench.
Yeah,
And then even Cooper was supposed to come in. He had the second worst team on draft day. Took first place. Just because of how the season went.
Yeah, we also, so I don't know if anybody else knows this. I don't think we told them. But for draft day, what, 4 months ago now?
6 months ago.
6 months ago, me, just Jack Wagon, Coop and the kid all went to Applebee's and did a little draft party. And I think, and stuff happened, something happened, I don't remember what, but so he had the worst team, and then I was helping the kid, which I didn't know show him start off ELL. But Worm did it.
Sure did.
But it just kind of feels like the worst teams on paper are the best teams. I was supposed to be mediocre, like we said. That's where it ended up. Mediocre. Like it was supposed to be. Until we got to what? 19? Yeah. Or 16, 15, or whatever the hell it was, and then we started making moves, moving stuff around, and I was starting to earn points.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my second projection after spring training had closed and everyone was getting close to actually beginning to win, that's where I readjusted projections, because it gave us better values, gave us better ideas. Still had Rose slated 0-23. Still had Cooper slated 3-20. Then it had you 7-16. So you would actually bump up a little bit because of shift in projections. Meredith was supposed to be 10-13. Kid 12-11. Ethan 17-6. Shane still 23-0, and me 20-3. So stuff had actually adjusted.
You get one more loss because you fucking adjusted your cheating method. Good for you.
Well, actually, I got one more win, sucker.
Yeah, oh, good. But, so you cheat, you get one more because you cheat. That's bullshit.
But
we tried to cheat, it didn't work.
When we looked throughout the season, and we see how we're projected, like my initial projection for by game was to be about 500, 600 points. But I did not imagine people were going to be scoring 900, 800, 700. Because
are you cheating and getting 2,000s? Yeah.
I didn't get 2,000 points. You're weird.
You had 2 1,000 weeks, dumbass.
An 1,100, a 1084,
and then
a 1260 because of the All-Star week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nobody else touched 1,000.
Everyone did except for you on the All-Star week and Shane.
Are you shitting me?
I am not kidding you, buddy. Did you not see that?
No, because you remember, I thought it was done, so I stopped touching it. Remember?
Yeah. So week 16.
The All-Star week went like this, and I was like, okay, cool, we're done. Because that Sunday, I was up by like 20 or whatever on your sister. I'm like, cool, I got another win. And then I'm down by like 340. I'm like, what the hell happened?
Yeah. Rose had 1,100. Ethan had 1,140. Meredith had 1,250. Cooper had 1,300. I had 1,300.
I didn't know because I stopped because I was also gone that weekend afterwards too. Remember?
Yeah, there was a lot that had happened in that week, and I thought you were paying attention. You looked like you were sailing through it, and then just.
All right, 2 months later, I'm done.
So when we start to look at how we want to do this next year, I want to get 4 more teams, but I want to replace the kid. And I want to replace Shane with people who are actually paying attention to their rosters.
Maybe replace 2.
We're going to keep you in.
Damn it!
Hey, if I'm doing football, you're doing baseball.
Oh, can we take like a 7-second detour?
Yeah.
I'm leading. It's over. You ain't beat me now. Anyway, let's go back to what we were talking about.
So I want to get more teams for next year,
Nice
so that
shuffle.
it's not
Football related. I'm winning.
besides having just 8 teams, want to get like 12 because
Talking
that way
golf,
we can
right?
have 3 actual. Huh?
We're talking golf, right?
No, talking baseball. You smart ass.
Water polo.
Dude, if they had fantasy water polo, you know that'd be weird.
Fantasy curling. Fantasy
Yeah, no,
tag.
Dude, that'd be funny.
I'm gonna look this
But
up.
no.
Hang on a second.
Do you think we could get 6 more people for next year to be able to add into the roster, be able to flop out some teams?
I
and
can
have
ask
some better
one.
diversity?
I know one that would probably join us.
Would your friend Blake join us?
Yeah, I was gonna say Billy'd probably join us.
What about your buddy Easty? Would he join us?
Mike doesn't do baseball.
Not a baseball fan. So I mean, I can probably find a couple people to replace.
Dre might, but I'm not sure.
Okay. So it's like if we can just get another 4 teams and we could actually have 3 guaranteed first place rather than playing for 4 wild card spots, play for 3.
Mm-hmm.
Or if we get a bunch of other teams, we can even it out to the top 3, the top of each, and then we have a couple wild card spots just to make it more fair. And then not really
Yeah, because I got
on...
shafted. I played well and I got shafted. I should have been in.
Yeah, well, your schedule was probably the hardest because I had me and Cooper in that division.
And then I had you 2 fuckers back to back. Yeah, it kind of sucked. Shoot, I had the worst because it went you, Coop, Rose, and then Ethan. No, I went Shane in the middle, then it went Ethan. So I had 4 of the 5 top dogs just bing, 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 yay, big, like bull crap.
Yeah, I mean, it was not very fair to you at all.
You're not allowed to be commissioner.
Nearest.
You are not allowed to be commissioner anymore because your scheduling's bull.
That was the app that did the schedule.
That you rigged it somehow. You guys are tech
No.
guys. You guys are tech guys. You guys know how to change that shit.
I didn't know how the schedule was going to work. And then when I saw now I know how it works, I'm going to build out a better schedule for next year.
I don't believe you.
Well, we need more teams. So help me get some more teams for next year. So you're not playing 4 of the best guys back to back to back to back to back, and then winning one game of the back to back to back to back, and then winning. Maybe make it more fun for you. Like having me and Cooper and Rose, probably the most hardcore baseball guys in the same division.
The 3-headed frickin' the 3-headed Hydra. Yeah, no shit.
Not the best idea.
Stupid.
So
Stupid.
Next year that'll be more balanced. It'll be better. It'll be more fair.
With you guys anymore.
That'll be how I look at that for next year, is building out the better standing. So I honestly hope that fantasy baseball is better next year. Now we know how it works. We look at the stats, going to do a couple tweaking in numbers going into next season, figure out how we can offset some more things like pitchers, losses, counting for more points to lose, or wins staying the same, or blown saves, really hurting the relievers, and then innings pitched and whatnot. So other values to make that more consistent, and then changing home run numbers, changing doubles, changing RBIs, whatnot, to make it better. Why are you smirking over there?
Huh?
So I think, Corey, that next year's going to be better, and I honestly think it went pretty good.
I think it should. I think it's going to be better because now we have figured out how to do it, how we're going to do it, how the points work, how to set up our teams.
Mm-hmm.
I know you guys knew how to, like the 3 top dogs know how to set their teams, but then lower guys like me, your sister.
Yeah, like the strategy of having on base percentage and then a couple sluggers, or having great arms for pitching and then great back tenders for relief spots and whatnot.
Instead of having 8 starters, you have 6 starters and 4 relievers. Instead of what I did, it had 10 starters. Instead, what I did is I had 10 starters.
And then your injuries played you the beginning of the season. All your guys that were going out, coming in, going out, coming in, and not really earning you any points.
And I had to drop most of the big guys because they got hurt.
Yeah. Then they got hurt pretty bad. They were gone for 6 months?
Senga was out for 6 months.
Yeah.
Yamamoto was out for 4 months. No, it wasn't Yamamoto.
His
No,
really
it
hurt
was
you when that happened.
it was the one from Chicago.
Yeah.
Steele, I think.
Justin Steele.
Yeah, I think, or they're top ace.
Yeah, Justin Steele for Chicago.
Yeah, I was gonna say I had your big guy.
Well, I had Imanaga. He was my big one. The hurler was actually carrying a lot more for Chicago than Steele was, especially near the end of the season. And then the professor Hendricks was good as a reliever. He was not good as a starter. And then because of all the injuries that they were plagued with, having to be put into the starting rotation and having to hold that spot was not helpful for him. So they were relying more on their bullpen. Then you have teams like the Mariners. Next year, if they have the exact same rotation, they need better batting. They need better fielding to save those guys again. What?
Or paying guys to hit a frickin' $190. Paying some dude $40 million to do F all. Like, oh my God.
They had a worse batting average than Chicago White Sox this year, and they had a better winning record. What does that say?
Well, it's because they were like what 20. They were like what 35 and like 16 or whatever the hell it was in one-run games. Or or they had. I'm gonna look that up. They had.
For the Mariners, for one-run games, they were 27 and 28.
Oh.
But in the extra inning, what they were expected was to be 90 and 72, and they were actually 85 and 77. So they lost 5 more games than they should have.
Yeah.
They won more night games. They won barely more day games. They actually lost a lot of one-run games at the end of the season, put them at that 27 and 28. I mean, the Astros were 18 and 27. They lost 9 more one-run games than they won. And they had 3 games better than the Mariners. There was a huge opportunity for the Mariners to take it all this year.
And they still got beat in the wild card. They couldn't cheat.
Oh yeah, they sure did.
They couldn't cheat.
I mean, currently, it's the Dodgers and the Yankees in the World Series.
Who gives a shit? Who cares? Who cares?
Yeah, I know, right? Just put it away. Don't really care for the season.
Baseball's done. As soon as that happened. As soon as that happened last night, I'm like, I'm done. I'm going fishing, damn it.
Yep.
Let's go fishing.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't root for the Dodgers. I'll never root for the Dodgers. I'm too much of a Cubs fan.
I hate them both because they both have like what $195 million fucking payrolls, and it's taken you 4 years to finally get to another World Series. Because the Dodgers' last trip was what? 2020?
it was 15 years ago. It was 2009.
For the Yankees, yeah, but the Dodgers were in 2020 when they won the COVID fucking title.
Yeah. So currently, the Mets have $317 million in payroll. The Yankees are 309. Astros are 255, Phillies are 247, and Dodgers are 241.
The only reason the Dodgers are 241 is because Ohtani did what he did. If Ohtani didn't do that, the Dodgers would be at least 4.
Yeah, he deferred his entire payment to the end of his contract.
He'd at least have, so he's only making what? 1.4?
Something like that.
I think a 1.4, 1.5 or something like that, but it's like, but it's like you basically have a $400 million roster that you've been adding to since 2020, and this is your first. I think this is their first trip since then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they had Clayton Kershaw continuously getting injured, and they had other guys that could
because he's old,
stay healthy. Yeah, he's in his late 30s.
He's 37, I think, or 36 or something. But it's like It's like now they have all these kind of younger guys, and it's like who they play in the they played San Diego. You barely beat San Diego.
Yeah.
You freaking started throwing. You were getting haymakers from New York, which nobody expected.
Yeah.
And then who'd the Yankees play?
Guardians.
Detroit and fucking Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you serious? You should have beat them. You should have went 8-0 on both of them. You should have swept out.
I mean, the Tigers swept the Astros, and the Yankees.
Because you have a better team, you have better pitching, and you have and your lineup is 5 times better. I'm sorry if you're a Cleveland fan or a Tiger fan. I'm sorry, but I hate the Yankees, but they have a better team than the entire playoff, except for maybe the Dodgers. And and you saw I almost threw up a little bit. But it's like it's like now we finally see the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
But
we've got the American League home run leaders and the National League home run leaders.
And my thing's it's gonna go 4-1 either way. One of them's gonna fall apart.
Well, I mean, they've got LA, the preferred winner for the World Series currently on Fox.
I know. But here's my thing. LA's gonna win 4-1, New York's gonna win 4-1. It's not gonna be close. So one of them is gonna fall apart.
Oh yeah.
Because it always happens. The two best teams in the league always fall apart.
So the Yankees have Garrett Cole slotted for Game 1.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, why wouldn't
Dodgers don't have anyone picked yet.
Well, because they don't know if Kershaw or Yamamoto can go yet.
Yeah.
I think it'd be Yamamoto if they did.
They have Gavin Stone.
No.
They've got Glasnow and Stone, who are slotted for the best strikeouts and the best wins in their team currently in postseason, but they don't have any starter that they're comfortable with right now.
If they do this and Yamamoto can't go, they'll put in Glasnow because he's their second. He's second in their rotation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but it's just this isn't. How do I put this? This isn't baseball. This is playing the money.
Yep.
Like, okay, and here's the other thing. I think we talked about this 2 weeks ago. Who has the best ERA in the MLB?
Mariners.
Who had the most runs scored in the league? Arizona.
Ooh.
Arizona.
Yeah. No, wasn't Arizona.
It was Arizona. We already talked about this.
The most runs scored, 808. Oh, yeah, it was Diamondbacks. Yeah, Diamondbacks. Yankees at 815.
Holy shit, Dodgers he knows something. He knows what he's talking about.
And the Yankees at 815. Everyone else was under the 8s in the high 7s or even in the 6s.
But from what I saw it a while ago. This is the first time that the best ERA team and the best run team didn't make the playoffs. But it's and then you look at it, you got what? Shohei's got 40 something. Judge has got 50 something. Soto's got 50 something. Who's the other? Freeman's got, I think, 20 something.
Oh, Freeman's got quite a few.
I think Freeman's got at least 28 to 34. Somewhere in that ballpark. I don't know who's all on that roster.
So for home runs this year...
But you're looking it up. Because my computer...
I'm looking it up. I'm going to regular season, not postseason. So it's Ohtani at 54, Hernandez at 33, Freeman at 22, Smith at 20, and Betts at 19.
Hernandez who?
Teoscar Hernandez. Yeah, there goes the eye roll. I know.
Is it just
So-
me? Is it just me? Or whenever Mariners leave this team, they instantly fucking do better?
They do better. They do
Suarez,
better.
Gino sucked the first
Hey.
part. Kelnick, but and then
Yeah.
oh, God.
Montgomery came to the Cubs and won a World Series ring.
Didn't Smiley do that? Went to Kansas City and won one. Burbush went somewhere else and won one.
Drew Smiley, he was a Cub.
He was a Mariner too at some point.
Yeah.
He hurt. Well, they traded him because he got hurt at the WBC.
Yes.
He got hurt and then they traded because he wasn't going to come back and they traded him.
Yeah. 20. Oh, he never played for the Mariners.
No, but they had him. He didn't play, but they had him and then he got hurt.
Yeah, 2012
And
he
they
started in
released
Detroit. Then he went to Tampa Bay. Then he went to Texas, Philadelphia, San Francisco, Atlanta, and ended up in the Cubs.
Chris fucking Taylor
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
had 3 rings. I think he's got at least 2. Or he's got. I think he's got at least 2. Because he's got one.
Shortstop Chris Taylor.
Yeah, he was with us for
Oh,
like
he's Dodgers.
3 years. Yeah, I know he is. He's been to at least 3 World Series with them. Because he won it with them in the COVID year.
He was a member of the team in 2020 for the World Series win. He was the MVP in 2017 and in 2021.
He's got 3 of them, right? We've only got
Nope,
one.
just the one. Yep.
But like I
Drew
said,
Smiley was a part of the 2021 World Series champs with the Braves.
So there's 2 Mariners with a Hall of Fame ring. Hang on. You go back further. Randy Johnson gets traded to the Diamondbacks, gets a ring 3 years later. Aroyd leaves us and went to Texas. I don't think he did anything in Texas, but he won one with the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
He won the one in 09
Suarez has
with
not
the
won a World
Yankees.
Series yet.
No,
Yeah.
he's with Arizona.
Yeah. They almost won last year.
But he was with us last year.
Yeah.
We traded Gino this year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we traded Gino, Winker, and somebody else. And
So
Kelnick.
it's going to be interesting to see how baseball goes next year because with all the adjustments at the end, we
I
saw.
went on my tirade, my bad.
So with the teams that picked up some transitions, like the Yankees picked up some great players, the Guardians held on a Class A. We'll see if they hold him this postseason. I think he's almost done with his contract, or he is done, one or the other. The
Did you
Royals
hear
next
how
year have
much-
a great shot. The
Did
Orioles
you
have a
hear
good
how
shot.
much
Hmm?
did you hear how much people want the Yankees to give Soto?
Yeah, to stay.
800.
Yeah,
800 mil for like 14 years. What's the max? 14?
13 or 14, something like that.
Yeah, 13 years at 800 mil. Oh yeah, you can pay your guy. Well, you pay one guy more money than than half the league, dude.
I mean, that would be $62 million a year if he
Again.
stayed with them.
Oh, okay, well, I'll switch gears a little bit. That's like Russell's. When we gave Russell $200 million for 10 years. He was here for what? 5? 4?
Mm-hmm.
And then and traded him.
Yep.
Like the Broncos did. They paid him what, $100 million or whatever? And then they bought out they paid $70 million to get him off their team. So
Yeah.
it's like
Because
the difference between the NFL and the NHL. Yes, the NHL. Yeah. Is the MLB doesn't have a salary cap. What the MLB does is you just pay the difference. If you're over the minimum, you pay the difference. So the Dodgers could have a $1.2 billion team. And
they just got to pay the difference between the cap and that.
And if the cap's at 400, that's $600 million. The Dodgers, they're a freaking 900. They're almost $1 trillion company.
They sell out every game. They have Hollywood stars that go to their games.
They are almost they're like what, a $4.4 billion fucking team. Like in Forbes,
just
or whatever.
For players, it's $360 million.
Yeah, I mean like worth that they have.
Oh yeah, I have no idea.
But it's like how can the MLB justify giving teams like that we can't buy those players. We don't have that kind of money.
No.
Chicago can't buy them players. The other Chicago can't buy them. The only other teams that can do that is probably the trash cans. The Astros probably could, because they got Abreu and somebody else.
The Braves.
The Braves, and then the I think the Red Sox.
The Mets.
The Red Sox. And
the Mets have a higher payroll than the Red Sox do.
I know, but I'm talking like how much money they probably have to be able to buy players.
Oh, it's New York, man. The Yankees and the Mets, they rake in money all the time. Madison Square Garden and the other field. It's just always
so does Boston.
full.
So does Boston.
Fenway, yeah.
Fenway, Gillette Stadium, TD Garden with the Celtics and the Bruins, and then the Patriots and that. What do we got? You guys have the Bulls, the White Sox, the Cubs,
the Chicago Red Wings.
What?
I know it's the Chicago Blackhawks. It's the Boston Red Wings, right?
The what? Of the asteroid hurling competition or the World Championships? Yes.
Yes.
Of the NAL national or the NATL, the National Asteroid Throwing
Detroit
League.
Red Wings. That's right. Yeah.
That's Detroit.
Yeah.
That's like Detroit. How does Detroit not have all that money? Yes, I know the production and all that shit's down.
Mm-hmm.
But look at Dallas. Mark Cuban.
Yeah, the Dallas Stars. They're.
I think Cuban sold the fucking Mavericks for $1.2 billion.
Really?
I don't know if he sold them, but he's been talking about selling them. So it's just like.
I mean, is Ottawa actually in Canada, or are they in northern New York?
Ottawa? No, Ottawa's Canada.
Ottawa's actually in Canada because they've got the Buffalo Sabres, they've got the New York Rangers, they've got the New York Islanders.
The Islanders.
There's the the Buffalo Sabres, the New York Rangers, and the Islanders, all in New York. Incredible. And then they have the
and then they have the Bills, the Jets, the Giants.
Yep,
the
Bills,
Knicks,
Jets, Giants, Mets.
The Nets.
Knicks, the Yankees.
The Nets, the Yankees, the Mets, and then they have Red Bull, the soccer. But
Red Bull's in New York.
New York City Red Bulls, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Soccer, and then they have well, look at Florida. 4 Stanley Cups in like 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Lightning have 3 and the Panthers have 1. But they also had the Jags, the Dolphins, the Bucks.
Yeah, New York City Football Club.
Yeah. NYFC, yeah.
Yeah, the NYFC. They've got yeah, just those guys. So there's a lot of opportunity for people to buy out the Dodgers, but they're just not going to. They're going to hang on to the people in the Yankees. You end up in one of two spots. You end up in either the Yankees or the Dodgers, and you're watching football again.
No, I'm not. I'm not watching it until my phone.
So, guys,
255, damn it. Let's
tune
go.
in next season to see how this goes for baseball stat nerds. We'll catch you guys up with the hot stove and with everything that starts happening at that point in time.
We'll
And
jump
we
on
hope
every
that you'll
now and
tune in
then
again
and do a
next
little
season.
bit of. Do a little. You want to do a recap of like the MLB season?
We can.
It's just an idea.
Yeah, we can do that. Probably do that in a couple weeks.
Yep.
Because World Series is going to take 2 weeks. So,
Alrighty.
good idea. So, guys, please tune in next season as Stat Nerds takes on baseball fantasy next year, 2025, and we'll see how football goes. So, stick with us. Love you guys. You're awesome.
All right, you guys have a good one.